Back to the Future is, I think, one of a few perfect movies. And when I say perfect movie, does that mean there's not flaws? No. What I mean when I say a perfect movie, for me, is a movie that I can watch from beginning to end and not fast forward through anything.
Hey, welcome back to That Toy Dude. I'm Jamie, and we go straight to Bill at Lion Dens Media. You can find his page in the description. And here we go, continuing with his finds.
So I'm a big anime fan.
Yeah.
Of all kinds. But of course, as a kid, your first animes were probably Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Inuyasha, that kind of stuff. This is not Sailor Moon, but
It looks so much like Sailor Moon.
again, this is one of the things I got from Game Junkie. And I asked the guy, because behind the counter, they have like all their wall games, for lack of a better term. And they had a wall of Super Famicom,
Yeah.
which I love the Super Famicom stuff because they're shaped like VHSs.
Yeah.
They're just rad. And they generally have better games. So for those that don't know, Super Famicom is basically just Super Nintendo. It's the Japanese Super Nintendo. And Famicom is the Japanese NES.
And Nintendo, the Super Famicom, brought it to where these games looked as close to arcade games in the sense of the graphics and the detail.
There's great detail and you know, I actually have a comment on that with this one. So this is not Sailor Moon. I do have a list of Sailor Moon games, but I saw this. He pulled this out for me, and I was like, well, I can't leave this behind because the box looks great. Again, you're talking, you know, this is Super Nintendo era, and it's cardboard.
Yeah.
So it looks great. It's vibrant. I'm a big condition guy. It's very important to me. I love things to display well.
Right.
And I love box art. And as you can see on the back here, as Jamie was alluding to, it is most of them are like versus fighters.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is apparently very sought after in Japan. And in general, this was only a video game. This was not an anime. This is just a video game, but it's the only one they've ever made. So
It looks so much like a VHS tape.
it does, and that's why I love them. And you know, moving on to this one, this is one of my favorite video game pickups in the year I've been collecting. This is the only Gundam Wing video game. Yes, there are other Gundam games that incorporate some of the Gundams in it. I'm a huge Gundam Wing fan.
Yeah.
It was in my Toonami rotation. It was my after school. I want to make a feature, a live action of Gundam Wing. You know, that's my dream. This is the only Gundam Wing game ever made that's 100% Gundam Wing. It was never done in the US, only in the Super Famicom. And to your point, I watched some gameplay of it, and like the title screens and everything are great.
Yeah.
The music is great. It's just like the show. The wipes are very detailed. So this is a perfect example, guys. Things like GameEye, price charting, eBay, all those kind of things are just a starting point with price. On GameEye, this showed up as only being like $15, $20, something like that. The store had it priced for $150. Of course, initially you're gonna like revolt to that because it's so far above what you think you're gonna pay.
Yeah.
But I couldn't leave the store without it just yet. So I did some more research before I left the store and realized that in this condition, and again, this box isn't perfect. It has a few defects. There's a little bit of a bend or a crease rather here. The back has a rip somewhere. Yeah, right up at the top. The back has a rip. But again, just presents beautifully. Look at that box art. Wing Zero against Epion just brings me right back to 1998. You know, I discovered it does go for about that much.
Yeah.
So, and again, when you guys are looking on eBay, look at last sold, look at what you can buy it for now, but also keep in mind, even if something's lower, that you're going to have to pay taxes
Right.
and everything on it. And if you can make an in-person deal or an online deal where it doesn't include tax, just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So I picked this up. Again, this is like a versus fighter, but it's kind of similar to Mortal Kombat in that there's a story mode, so you can
Yeah.
you can keep fighting more impressive Gundams and mobile suits. But man, isn't that cool, guys? That's cool, right?
It is.
That's really cool. I love.
Very cool.
I love. Again, maybe I can get that pressed out. I don't know. I don't know if I'd bother trying. Oh, that one's cool. Did you ever watch any anime like that?
I didn't. The only thing that I
Whoa.
watched really was Dragon Ball Z.
Sure.
And that was kind of very long and drawn out.
Yeah, it was. It was. I remember when new episodes came out,
Yeah.
and it was an event every day
Yeah.
when we finally got to the real planet Namek, and it was just. Oh. And I remember being grounded at a certain point, and I couldn't watch TV, but my mom would come home and take a nap, so I would put in a VHS
Yeah.
and put the volume real low, and record it, and then watch it later with the right volume.
Oh yeah.
And I'd have to make sure nothing was hot because she'd come in and check,
Right.
see if the TV was hot and all. Did any of you guys ever do that? Where you had to cool your TV down when you weren't supposed to be watching TV? Yeah, Gundam was just in that rotation though.
Yeah.
I would get home from school. I would generally miss Sailor Moon. I might catch the last few minutes of it, and then it'd be Dragon Ball Z, and then Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. I don't remember. But big part of my childhood.
Yeah.
Oh man, it sent me down an anime hole for the next 20 years. Speaking of anime and speaking of Japanese games, I found this at that last show, the Chester County show, at our local game store, Video Game Trading Post in Pensacola.
Yeah.
A few months ago, I found the Pokemon Stadium 2 in Japanese, but what I learned is their 2 was our original stadium.
Okay.
And this is the actual first stadium from Japan, but this isn't, I don't think this is the version we played. I don't think we've ever played this version. Or maybe they combined? They merged, I
Merged.
think. They merged, I think, maybe this game and the number 2
Yeah.
from Japan. Again, comment below, let us know. But I love it. It's in great shape. You got your starters there. You got Pikachu. You got it's just a sweet Japanese version of a very popular game and not very expensive. You think this would be super expensive? And it was only $30. I think I paid $20 after our dealing with it. Did you ever play much Pokemon on 64 or Game Boy?
I didn't actually.
No.
Pokemon was I was growing up, and so it was kind of more of a kid's thing, And,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, but it's more than a kid's thing, obviously now,
Now,
yeah.
Oh my God,
And
it's
so,
it's gross what's going on now with the scalping.
Yeah. And scalping with anything, other, not just Pokemon, but
Yeah.
it's gross. It's
So I have vivid memories of playing Pokemon Stadium at length. Love the mini games. It's kind of like Mario Party that had mini games. My favorite was the sushi. There was a sushi bar.
Yeah.
And I think you were Lickitung, and you had to try not to eat spicy sushi.
Right.
I think was the object of the game. And the only thing that sucked about it was unless you were playing with other people and because the cool thing about it was you could put the N64 controller. You could it had a pack where you could put in your Pokemon Game Boy game.
Yeah.
And you could play with your actual Pokemon from the game instead of the stock Pokemon, and that was the real way to have fun because
Right.
otherwise it was literally just who went first.
You know, the first game I actually played of Pokemon is Pokemon Go. That doesn't count.
No, it totally counts. It totally counts. All the time and effort you have to put into for
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon Go, it totally counts. I haven't played Pokemon Go since I left the station, so
Yeah.
almost 2 years I haven't played Pokemon Go.
Do you remember all the controversy about it? You know, that people were not paying attention and going into
Dude,
private property and all that.
I remember we all used to meet up in downtown Pensacola and we'd walk Palafox.
Yeah.
And because there was all kind of Pokestops and there was a lot of, you'd catch a ton of Magikarp to get your Gyarados and all.
Yeah.
And we'd stop at a restaurant and have like a beer or whatever. But there were like people that would give you crap as you were playing. Like there'd be a group of us and there'd be people sitting on a bench not doing anything and trying to like talk smack to you. And I remember like clapping back at them and just being like, what are yous doing? Like we are outside, we're socializing, we're getting pseudo exercise, and what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I
Yeah.
used. That's the kind of gist I used to tell people.
But, you know, I had to be the bad person over at the other college that I worked at over in Graceville. And so before I worked at the TV station, they didn't want, I was the media person there, and so they didn't want non-students to go on their campus. It was a private college. And so I had to be the one to email whoever it was, you know, with the game, and say, please remove these stadiums and all this stuff. And word got around that I was the one, and everybody hated me for it.
Don't screw with the Pokestops,
No.
man. Don't screw with the Pokestops. Speaking of Pokemon, I picked a few of these up at a couple different places. These two slabs I got from that last show. So these are from Topps Chrome 2000 card set, meaning they came from the year 2000, and Topps does all these different Chrome sets. And this is their Pokemon. Neither of these cards are the Chrome, but I've gotten into this weird side project where I want to collect all of them, at least in Chrome. So I might have to upgrade these, but the guy basically gave me one of these for free. It was the very last purchase I made. So I want at least the whole set, 151, but they have to be in these CGC blue labels.
Yeah.
Now, why is that tricky? They retired these labels for the cards. You know, these
Gotcha.
are these are the same kind of labels you'll get with comics, the blue
Yeah.
label, but they don't do this anymore for cards. So I can't buy these raw and send them off.
Yeah.
So if anyone has any of these, I'd even pay for the Spectrochromes. Those are a rare hit in the
Right.
packs. But I'd like at least Chrome in these blue, and I don't really want to go below an 8. But again, I know I got to be flexible. So if anyone has any, I have the Mew. I have the Mew Chrome and these two, and that was funny too. I found the Mew on eBay, and I offered the guy. I was cute. I offered the guy $151
Yeah.
because that's Mew's Pokemon number, and he accepted it. I was like, oh crap, I got to pay for it now. Speaking of 151, I picked this up at a store called Pokeblitz, just outside of Atlantic City. It was just a trade-in. This is from a set that, if you don't know, is literally called 151 from a few years ago. I have almost the whole master set. After this card, I only need 4 more cards for the master set.
Nice.
So that's why I brought this on. I want to talk about that because I don't collect much modern Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know, I have my complete collection of original base set to Team Rocket.
Right.
I have all the singles. But this set really entranced me. It's a great set, and I just went hard on it and got that one. These, the Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander, the starters, in that rarity slot, they make a picture.
Right.
If you put them all together, it's kind of fun. So
Okay, yeah.
so with the Squirtle here, the War Turtle, you put the Squirtle up top, and the War Turtle is like kind of underwater, and then the Blastoise below that one is in the
Yeah.
deep sea. And the same thing with Charizard, it goes the other way, where it goes Charmander, Charmeleon, and then Charizard is flying in the sky.
Yeah.
Super nerdy, but it's cool. So this other pickup I got from the store, and this is a store, guys have only been open a few months, but they're the only store in the area, again, as I'm talking about, sometimes you have to drive,
Right.
that has vintage Pokemon. So besides the Topps Chrome Super Bougie
Yeah.
quest I have going on, because I have all of the cards singly from base to rocket, those are the only sets I really care about. I've been collecting sealed.
Right.
Sealed vintage Pokemon, folks, is expensive. It's expensive. I don't recommend it. Don't do it.
And that just boggles me because you don't know what you have and what you don't have, and how do you value something so much higher in a unopened bag?
Well, so that's
because you don't know what you have.
that's the thing, right? So this is from base set 2, which included the first base set and Jungle, I think, and it was a bunch of reprints. But obviously this is Gyarados. This is a fresh minty pack. I don't know if it's heavy or light. What that means is you can weigh a pack, and if it's there's no set weight, but if it's heavier than what's in the box, you're usually guaranteed a foil. And that's where the money comes in. That's why these packs are so expensive, because certain foil hits in Gem 10s or Mint 9s can just fetch insane money. This is not a first edition. I can't afford first edition stuff, but this was, I don't even want to say how much it was, because
You don't have to. Yeah.
because the guy wouldn't come down on price. And I drove from Philly to Atlantic City, so I wanted, he had other stuff I wanted, other packs I wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm collecting pack arts from base through rocket and the theme decks. And I like the theme decks more because they're slightly bigger, and they have really cool art, and they're usually a better deal. They're usually not as expensive. But yeah, this is just one pack. I don't know what's in it. I'm not going to open it. There are people that do. Yeah. There are whole channels that their whole thing is they buy expensive packs and rip them and see if... But yeah, a lot of times you're going to lose money if you open these vintage packs.
I would think that the way I would think about it, if I was buying one and I've never had any of the Pokemon cards, of course, I would probably buy the ones already opened.
Yeah.
And if I was really getting into it, then I would probably spend money for an unopened one. But for me, I have to open.
Yeah, it's not the collection for you then. I totally. The only reason I started with sealed was because I reached the edge of the world.
Yeah.
With the singles, and I needed to not needed. I mean, I don't need to collect any of that stuff.
You want?
I wanted to do it. I don't have any of the base sets because. So there are 3 different versions of packs. There's the kind I have here, which is the short crimp, which just means it has a short top. There's the long crimp, which you would see on the hooks at like Target and Walmart.
Right.
And then there's the blisters, which you would also see in stores like that. The blisters, as you can imagine, if they're in good shape, go for much, much more money because it's just such a cool piece. It's a great display piece. The art, if it's intact. Give you an example, a base Pokemon booster pack can go for anywhere from like probably $400 to $700 ish, whatever. A blister base pack can go for $1,200 plus, and that's what I want to collect.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not responsible. Don't do it. It's not responsible.
But if you really want it,
I mean, Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, collect stamps.
Hey, just wanted to stop you for a minute. You haven't liked the video. And more important, you haven't subscribed to the channel. And you've got to hit that notification bell for more content, so you know when that toy dude posts something.
So I figure we'll move on from games for right now. I do have more games.
Yeah.
But I want to show these. I've also gotten into recently collecting sealed VHS. And it has to be a nostalgia hit or something cool. Because I started with Kevin Smith sealed movies.
Yeah.
And picked up Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which it's 2001. That's real late in VHS run.
Right.
And Dogma. I
Yeah.
picked up. But
Gosh, I worked at the movie theater when Dogma came out.
did you really?
Yeah. I remember that.
Do you have any protesters?
No, not that I remember. I was very naive. I was sheltered. So, I mean, I was aware of stuff, but not to the extent that I am now, you know. So, some of that stuff probably went over my head.
I didn't really get into Kevin Smith in a big bad way until I was, you know, maybe just after high school. Like when I was in middle school, I'd watch some of the movies on the cable channels or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think around the time Clerks 2 was coming out, and that's my favorite movie. That's
Right.
actually my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
As Clerks 2. I think that's around when I realized what movies he had done and that I liked them, and I started getting the DVDs,
Right.
and, you know,
Yeah.
I saw The First Evening with Kevin Smith on HBO, and that blew my mind, you know, and he's been a hero ever since.
Yeah.
But like you, I think I think we both have a very big retro nostalgia
Oh yeah.
kick. So I found these all either at a store or at that last Chester show. These first three I found at a store along with my Ender piece, which I've already shown you once. I brought it with me, and we're going to talk about it. This is kind of cool. So this is a sealed Jurassic Park, but it's not the original print.
No.
This is, I think, a 2001 print, which again, like that Jay and Bob tape, is really late in the VHS run.
Oh yeah.
I mean, DVDs had already been kind of taking over, and the fact that it's still sealed. And, you know, guys, this is actually, I would recommend collecting sealed VHS if you're into it, because it's not expensive. This
See,
would,
I want to start doing this. I mean, I've got my whole VHS collection in boxes right now, and I'm about to sort through them all. And so I want to start, you know, looking around for sealed.
Another fun thing to collect with this kind of stuff is laser discs, but they take up way too much room. Usually I only go after a laser disc if it's super rare. Like I recently found out there's anime laser discs,
Oh,
so
wow,
I'm looking
yeah.
at that. But also like when, is it Ernie Reyes Jr.? Is that his last name, Reyes?
I think so, yeah.
You know, he's done a couple cons locally for us, but he's had to cancel. And I remember I bought the Surf Ninjas
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because it's just, I mean, signed VHSs are fine, but I want something a little cooler to display.
Right.
So I picked up the Laserdisc.
Yeah.
And you know, VHSs don't have to be sealed, but again, I'm just bougie. I like my condition to be nice.
Yeah.
So if I can get it sealed, I can. But this was only $7. This was $7.
That's great.
What else are you going to collect that looks this nice and
Yeah.
present this cool for $7?
I remember seeing these on the shelf.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Now I remember what I'd love to get is the sealed Lost World with the
Oh, yeah.
with the hologram.
Oh yeah.
That was a big
Definitely.
childhood tape of mine. I'd love to find one of those. This next one
Oh,
is
man.
just, I mean, come on. This film is genius. I don't
It's
care.
greatest.
I don't care what anyone says. This is the best Spielberg movie ever made.
Oh, it is. And if they're going to, they're talking about the Jetsons now.
Oh, I saw that
Yeah.
Carrie might be attached.
They've got to do this. They have to update
Do
it a
the-
little
do
bit,
the
but do the
crossover?
same approach as this. You know.
Yeah. So I know that John Goodman hates this movie.
Yeah.
He hates that he did this movie. He hates that he worked on it. But this game gave me and continues to give me so much joy.
Yes.
I'll still watch it to this day, and I think you catch my posts now and then where I'm just like, this was 30 years ahead of its time, because it really was.
It was, yeah.
Watch this movie again. Watch this movie again and tell me it's not genius. Like yeah, it's cheesy. It's whatever. Yeah, it's not a great movie, but it's a perfect movie.
And it gave me an excuse to go to McDonald's for the McRib. I loved that sandwich.
What was your did you have a favorite scene in Flintstones?
Oh gosh, I watched it last year.
I think one of mine, I don't know if it's a favorite scene, but one that always sticks out for me is when they're having lunch and, you know, Fred has a giant, you know, mastodon leg or whatever, and Barney's eating a giant egg. And Barney's trying to tell him not to eat so much red meat. And he's like, my old man ate red meat every day of his life, and he lived to the ripe old age of 29 or whatever the age was.
Something young.
But I mean, Goodman, even though he hates it, dude, like he really
great.
he really shined his Fred.
Yeah.
Moranis was such an uncanny Barney. And was this his last movie?
Fred.
Do you know if this was Moranis' last
I don't
film?
know if it was his last movie or not. But of course, he quit Hollywood for acting to be with his family.
Yeah.
You know, for his kids. You know, to grow up with a parental figure. You know.
Did his wife die?
I don't think so.
He just wanted to be a family man.
Maybe so. Yeah.
But he's coming back,
Yeah.
isn't he? He's coming back for Spaceballs too.
Yeah.
The Quest for More Money.
Yep.
I can't wait.
The search for more money.
The search for more money, not the quest, the search. But again, this one, I mean, the 3 VHSs, these first 3 I'm going through, I bought at a shop around Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I paid $25 for the 3,
Yeah.
just $25.
You know, I think as a kid, my favorite scene was watching the opening and ending sequence. Because they made it just like the cartoon.
Just like the cartoon. And now as an adult, you get a lot of the, like the opening credits.
Yeah.
Like the literal credits.
Yeah.
So I can't say enough good things about the Flintstones. But what I just figured out like a year ago that there's a T in there. It's Flint.
Yeah, Flint Stones.
Not Flintstones,
Flintstones.
as everyone pronounces it. I was like, oh,
The Flintstones.
because they make fire because they're cavemen. Okay, I get it. I get it. So
And you know, his original name was Flagstone.
did that
cartoon- the
ever
cartoon.
air in the cartoon?
I want to
Was
say
it like the pilot maybe?
maybe the pilot, you know. And I think Mr. Slate in the movie, he mispronounces his last name as Flagstone.
Because
as
he
a
always
joke.
did, yeah. Because
Yeah.
he always did. And again, going back
Flintstone.
to the Christmas stuff, that's one of my favorite Christmas cartoons that's on that
Yeah.
mixtape that my mom made me. And going into Christmas, the next tape,
Genius.
the best Santa Claus on celluloid, Fight Me. The best Santa Claus.
I believe in this Santa Claus.
I still believe in the Santa Claus. I make like slow cooked root beer wings for this Santa Claus every year. I make burgers for the Santa Claus.
What
man.
about Judy's hot chocolate recipe?
Shaken, not stirred. Extra chocolate. Took her 400 years to get it right. I'm just noticing this.
400 years?
This guy that made this tag quote from ABC is my brother's name, Jeffrey Lyons. Oh, did I just? I think I just.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. Just a little bit of the seal came off. That's okay. But I mean, look, it still has the coupon on it. It has the and I don't. It depends on what it is. Sometimes I like the original price tag on it. Sometimes I don't. But I think this one adds to it a little bit. This looks like a Walmart.
Save $3 on what?
Save $3 on looks like soap.
Okay.
Lever 2000. Is Lever still?
Lever? I
Is
don't
that
remember.
Lever? Is that lever or lever? But anyway, is that still made?
I don't think so. Whenever you said it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah. It's like, it's up there with Irish Spring.
And zestfully clean.
Oh, I'd never noticed that. They put the
Oh yeah, the
claws. Actual claws around the box. Yeah, this is my favorite Santa. I love that they did the Disney Plus show. It's not great, but I like that he continued on with it. I still have watched this every year.
I still haven't watched the second season of the Santa Claus show.
Again, I mean, you watch it because you're a fan, not because it's
Oh
good.
yeah, definitely.
Not because it's good.
I like the season one. I don't know what's in store for season 2, but it's nostalgia.
This makes me want to go home and watch this tonight.
Yeah.
I've been, even though it's not even Halloween yet, I've watched a couple Christmas movies already. It's my favorite time of year. So again, I was glad to find this one sealed. And again, even though something's sealed doesn't mean the box is going to be in great shape. So you need to look for that. Because even this one has like a little bit of bunching there. But
Oh, and one of the things that Disney did with their tapes was that they had this sticker
that's true. He had a sticker, the
that
seal.
goes over the box so that it's sealed, that you know that it hadn't been taken out of
Taken
the...
out. Mm-hmm.
And so that's a nice touch for a collector now. At first I'm like, why do they do that? Whenever a kid, and just, with your fingernail, just rip it up.
This one I think you'll
Yeah.
appreciate the most.
Say
Okay.
what you will with Batman and Robin, but still, it's Batman.
It's Batman, 1997. I was 8 years old. This was fantastic for kids.
Yeah.
The Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. Look, they suck. We know they suck. It's fine, but you watch them. About once a year you kick it on because you miss the nostalgia. You miss being a kid, so you want to see the former governor of California just freeze us. You want chill. That's what you want to see.
Holy rusted metal Batman. That's Batman Forever.
That's
though.
Batman Forever, but it's still really good. It's holy.
Full of holes.
Full of holes.
Oh,
Now I know with Kilmer passing, it might be hard for you to be objective, but do you lean Clooney or Kilmer for the Schumacher verse?
As a kid, I didn't understand the change there, I guess. Kilmer didn't want to do Batman again because of the suit being so tight and everything.
Oh, the
And-
suits were
yeah,
terrible.
yeah. And he couldn't hear anything. And of course, Michael Keaton had said the same thing about his suit, was you can't hear anything, and he's claustrophobic.
and then he came back for Flash and wore the exact same
Right.
bat suit.
Although I think that quality of the bat suit wasn't as superior as the Tim Burton ones. There's just... We can get into that when we review The Flash
The Flash. But
on my movie channel.
so this movie I think is when I started puberty, because that
Batgirl.
that shot of Alicia Silverstone from toe to head in that schoolgirl outfit,
And she appeared in Clueless
yeah.
before.
Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. I mean, she was so sexy too.
Yeah, 1995 for
I
Clueless.
mean, everyone yells at Schumacher for the bat nips and the bat butts, but I mean, look at what else he gave us.
Yeah.
He gave
I
us.
mean, he could have did the bat nips on the female characters.
I mean, that would have probably made the movie way better. I mean,
And way more controversial than just the guys.
so my rule of thumb, because I don't have a set list with VHSs, because I mean, what are you going to go through every friggin' movie that you like and make a list for it? No, you just kind of have to. When you find it, if you like it, you grab it.
Yeah.
This is one of them, and the one I'm about to show you, which is arguably one of the worst movies ever, but one of my favorites as a kid.
Yeah. I enjoyed it too.
1998 Gojira. Godzilla. It took over Taco Bell's.
Yeah.
It took over Toys R Us aisles.
Yo
It-
quiero Godzilla.
I might still have the Godzilla toys. And you might know this.
I have the cup holder from Taco Bell.
You know, Taco Bell kind of sucked with toys, with, you know, meal
Yeah.
toys. But when this came out, it, you know, forget about it. Look, I like this movie.
Freaking Ferris Bueller in this movie.
Just fighting Godzilla. Look, it's not good, but I like it. I
Yeah.
like watching it from time to time. I'm real weird with when I watch movies. It has to be the right time of day. I have to be eating
Yeah.
the same, you know, something that meshes with it. This, if it's raining during the day, I'll usually pop it on because
Right.
it's raining the whole friggin' movie. And of course, you know, they basically rip off Jurassic Park at the end with the small stuff. But you know what this did give us? This gave us the animated series,
Yeah.
which I watched,
never watched.
and enjoyed as a kid. It was pretty good from what I remember. You can actually pick up the DVDs of that, the complete series for like $10. And again, these two together that I got at that show, 15 for
Yeah.
both.
Wow.
He wanted 10 each, and just, you know, like, hey
That's
man,
great,
look,
yeah.
15 for both. Yada yada, throw a shoe.
And VHSs back in the day were like $30 to $50 for most, you know.
Yeah, and you remember even before that, they were hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
That's where we got renting from.
Your VHS machine that played these things were $1,000.
Yes, that's where rental stores came in because
Yeah.
it was so no one could afford them, so stores would buy from the distributor at whatever it was. Let's say it was $200 a tape, just
Yeah.
argumentatively. But you charge whatever it was, $3, $5
Right.
for a night, and you know you make your money back in no time. But once these started being cheaper, I'd say what, late 80s into the 90s, they started being, you know, DVD to 4K, what it was
Yeah.
now. Because unfortunately, home media is never going to be like super cheap if it's current.
Yeah.
But like I just pre-ordered a Steelbook for $30.
Right.
And like you said, thinking back to here, I mean, you probably didn't pay less than $15 to $20 for a VHS then.
Yeah.
But how cool. I mean, this is just cool. It's just cool, guys.
Be kind.
Rewind. So out of these five, which one do you gravitate towards the most out of those five? Oh, that's upside down.
You know I'm a big Batman fan.
You're a huge Batman fan, but you're a bigger Batman Forever fan, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. As a kid, I liked both of the movies, you know. But I do have to gravitate more to the Santa Claus.
Santa Claus? I'm with you.
And maybe even the Flintstones as well. It would be...
This is real hard. Maybe something like that.
If you get my drift, you know.
Yeah. I think I have to go Flintstones.
Yeah.
As much as I love all of them, just the idea of having a sealed Flintstones
Oh, yeah.
VHS
definitely.
just makes me giddy. And this one too, this Batman and Robin one has the ad on it still too. Mm-hmm. Where am I? Right here. We're mirrored.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like stuff like that. I've you
Are
know,
you going to try to remove those stickers or just leave them?
I'll probably try to remove them, like the what I paid for stickers on the sides
Yeah.
and the front and all. It's just because those are actual tags. I got to figure out maybe like even
The heat.
the heat might affect the wrap. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got to figure out the best way to do that. If you guys know,
Yeah, leave a comment.
leave a comment. The best way to get rid of actual tags and even other stickers. I saw a guy I know who runs a digitizing business. He had to completely change casings
Yeah.
for a customer, and he just quickly used a hair dryer to take the label off. I wouldn't have even thought
yeah.
to have done that.
Is that Sean?
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sean.
yeah.
I was visiting him at the store, and
Yeah.
he had to break a tape open for a customer.
He's done really great with that store.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Let me show. I've got a couple of VHS tapes here.
Yeah.
We'll fly through these real fast, though. So here, these are all opened up and used, and
But
so-
again, they don't have to be sealed.
and this is in a pretty good shape here with the original Batman, except for the front.
Yeah.
You know, you've got that crack, and that's only because probably I stepped on the box and, you know, like right here, you know, stepped and.
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's rare to even see the box. I don't know what it is, because even my copy of Batman VHS, I haven't had the box for 30 years. And most boxes you find are like trashed way more than that. So that's why that one is so expensive in any kind of good condition, from what I've seen. I think it's like a triple digit VHS in good condition. So,
Yeah.
I mean, how... It's just such a cool box. It's just the bat signal.
And yeah, it's just a bat signal. I was about to say that. You know, you didn't need Batman on there. You know what this is.
What's hilarious to me is flip it around. In the credits and on the box, Nicholson.
Yes, Nicholson.
So they didn't
is-
even market the guy that played Batman to sell this movie. They marketed Nicholson first as Joker.
Jack Nicholson
Nicholson?
made. Huh? Did I say it wrong?
You said Nicholson.
Oh, okay.
Nicholson.
Nicholson. Okay, so he made a deal of a lifetime with this movie. He wanted residuals.
Which wasn't super common then at all.
Yeah.
Now a back end deal is common.
And so he got paid more than Keaton,
That's wild.
and he keeps on getting paid till today. He wanted the toy deals and anything in his likeness.
You know what? He saw what Lucas did probably with the Star Wars toys and
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
if you're going to make money off my face, I want percentage of all of it. And I mean, to be fair, he probably did go through way more makeup than Keaton. I don't know how
Right.
long it took to get the suit on Keaton. It probably took a couple hours to do that.
Probably, yeah. But the only like applicable makeup, you know, was of course the stage makeup,
Yeah, and,
For
made,
the- and
his
the black.
eyes. Yeah.
you know, eyes. But yeah. But I love this, and I've put it in, you know, a case for it.
Good job. What I love about that Batman is that Keaton played a great Bruce Wayne on top
Yeah.
of it. He played such an aloof Bruce Wayne that like he couldn't be bothered to be focused as Bruce Wayne. He didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
He was just like,
I'll just be this guy.
yeah. He did not know how to be Bruce Wayne.
Especially in Batman Returns.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'll just be myself. And I'll make some crack jokes here and there, you know. But, you know, I picked up the 4K Ultra HD Batman.
Ooh, I'm a sucker for a steelbook.
Now, the gripe that I have with this is that they've lightened the movie up too much.
Like the color palette.
The color palette.
Oh, get out of here with that.
You see details way too much, much better, and it's just lost. And there had been a couple of people online that has argued with me about this, and so I just leave them be. You know?
Well, I mean, I'm with you. If you fall in love with the look of a movie, you want to keep viewing the movie like that.
Yeah.
You know?
And so here is my favorite movie trilogy.
I think I'm close to agreeing with you on that. Back to the Future is, I think, one of a few perfect movies. And when I say a perfect movie, does that mean there's not flaws? No. What I mean when I say a perfect movie, for me, is a movie that I can watch from beginning to end and not fast forward through anything.
Right.
And Back to the Future is one of those few for me.
And they really thought this story out too. Even if they wrote it at different times, you know, they weren't originally wanting a sequel to Back to the Future 2. They put that ending, you know, as a joke, actually. And then when the production company wanted, a sequel, they were begging them for a sequel, and they're like, "Oh crap! Now what do we do? Because that was a joke ending. We don't really want to go into the future because we'll get it wrong." And
Which they got a lot of it right, but I will say, and you probably agree with me. I think 2 is the weakest of the
I
3.
actually I like 2.
2 was my favorite as a kid.
Yeah. I still like 2. There are some weaker points in it, just because I think they wanted to get out of the future as quickly as possible. And so they create that alternate 1985 timeline. And they have to deal with that and then throw Doc back into the Old West and have Marty rescue him.
Well, I mean, that's why I think I like 3 more than 2, is because it's literally just
It is.
the first Back to the Future, but in the old.
Yeah, it is. It is very fun. And as a kid, you wanted Back to the Future Part 4 so much with the train.
With the train.
The train was it. And I think they've now released a collectible train toy,
Oh, I'm sure.
but it's hundreds of dollars.
Oh, I'm sure. It's probably, what do they call them? Lionel?
Something.
That line?
Maybe. I don't know.
The real expensive train line?
But I've got a bunch of DeLoreans for toys.
I have a DeLorean that I bought at Universal Studios when I was 7 years old.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little like,
I bought a bunch from Universal Studios when it was brand new, the Back to the Future, the ride.
oh yeah, the ride.
And where everything at Universal broke down.
Did you like that documentary, the Back in Time documentary? Did you ever see that?
Which one?
It's called Back in Time. I think it came out in 2017-ish.
I possibly saw it. I've seen so many Back to the Future things.
It focuses a lot on the DeLorean,
Yeah.
on the car. It's really great doc.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's up there for me to collect
Oh,
those
yeah.
VHSs.
Oh, and the Back to the Future VHS here. I've played this movie so many times. Actually, it's Back to the Future 2. There are pieces of it where the audio has messed up. And so it goes in and out and in and out. And so I was so used to that until I got the DVD. And whenever I played it, I was like, I was expecting the audio dip, the audio dips, and I was like, what? Wait, what?
Oh, hand me the first one again real quick. So real quick, because we're talking about it, and some of the ones I showed, I think he worked on too, but we gotta give a shout out to Struzan. Drew Struzan died a few days ago.
Yeah.
He was sick for a few years,
The artwork.
but he did name a movie, and he probably did the poster for it.
Yeah.
He did the whole trilogy of Back to the Future.
Star Wars.
He did all the Star Wars. He did at least the first 2 Harry Potters. He did
Yeah.
all the Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I think he did this Flintstones one is another
Oh,
reason
I didn't know that.
I was bringing up. I think I might not be able to see his signature on it, but yeah, I mean, I think he did the Flintstones because he worked with Spielberg a lot.
Yeah.
Spielberg and Lucas a lot. He did all the Muppet stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He did Hook, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite poster that he did. I got to meet him once at MegaCon, and I got a couple things signed by him, but I couldn't, I didn't know he was going to be there. I saw him there, and I, ran through the vendor floor looking for posters. I found a Back to the Future poster. I couldn't find a Hook one. So I got him to sign my Back to the Future poster, and he had a couple of other prints, so he signed, a Harry Potter print for me, but he said he didn't have the rights to Hook, so he couldn't sell those prints or anything. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, man. That's my favorite. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him again after I did pick one up. But just such a legend.
Yeah.
Just Google Drew Struzan posters and you'll be at it for a while. He even did B-movie posters. He did The Thing.
Wow.
Speaking of B-movies, he did so much. Just shout out Drew Struzan, man.
Yeah. And of course, I've got this, which is from the Ninja Turtles cartoon from the 80.
I definitely remember having some.
And so this is hot rotting teenagers. So you got, I think this was actually distributed by Burger King. Well, as part of their Big Kids Club, you could buy a VHS tape.
I don't remember that.
At Burger King. And so they had the first 5 or they had select episodes, not the first 5. And so it was Family Home Entertainment, FHE.
Still remember the
classic.
Still remember, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
whatever the jingle was.
It was right up there with the Deke
Yeah.
stinger.
Yep.
Deke.
Deke.
Nah, that's not what that spells. You're not fooling me, man.
And then, of course, we have Star Trek: First Contact. This was one of the movies that turned me more into a Star Trek fan.
Best of the next gen movies.
Yeah, definitely.
By far.
With the new uniforms, you know.
That's the DS9 uniform is my favorite.
Yeah.
With the charcoal yoke.
Yep. I always wanted to see Voyager in those uniforms.
You'd think they would have updated their uniforms after they established contact with Earth, but
Right.
no.
Maybe something was wrong with the replicators, or maybe it was a new synthetic material that I don't know.
They just wanted to differentiate.
Yeah.
This movie, oh man,
Geez, this was my favorite.
perfect as a kid, and then when you find out that parents complained to the point where they couldn't use their weapons, it's hard to rewatch it when you know that.
Yeah, but it you know, I knew about it, you know, back then, and I was mad that they couldn't use their weapons, but it was more of a comedic feel for that second movie than the first one. The first one had humor in it, but it was a lot more grittier, and they used their weapons, and they did some damage, you know, here and there. But I mean, just as the word
Wheel of
you
Fortune,
have,
dude.
yeah, you've got comedy in that, you know, and just the moment when these turtles walked into that mall store, whatever it was, you know, and
Come
then
back, Colcuts. Yeah.
but that first move where they jump on, well, now we know it's trampolines that they jumped on behind the scenes, but it just made it seem like they could jump 10 feet in the air. The whole theater, those opening credits, you know, Golden Harvest, everybody applaud.
Yeah.
And that was like the first time I've ever thought of, you know, like, why are they applauding, you know, at a movie? No one can hear them on the other side of the screen.
I've never seen it in theater. It'd be great if they did the trilogy re-release like they do with a lot of movies now.
Yeah.
I would love to see them on the big screen because I remember seeing Ghostbusters at Kevin Smith's movie theater a couple of years ago
Yeah.
for the first time on the big screen, and it does play differently.
Oh, yeah.
It plays completely differently on
Yeah.
the big screen. It was really cool.
All these movies play differently. Batman and Batman Returns, I think, just aired back at the movie theater.
Oh yeah, it was
or
like
Batman. And
it was the anniversary.
the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles this year as well, and so they're going to do they're going to do, I think, Batman Returns and Secret of the Ooze. Definitely
Okay.
Secret of the Ooze. So, but Batman Returns, I mean, I love the first movie, but I love this even better. Now, I've come as an adult to appreciate the first movie much better than the second one. There are some, in my opinions, some continuity errors, you know, because Wayne Manor changes. The Batcave changes.
yeah.
I mean, it could be a different area from the Batcave, but why? It's just Gotham City itself kind of changes a little bit as well.
Well, in Returns, Gotham City is literally just one
A
block.
set. It's a set. I mean, well, even though, you know, the first movie, it was about a block too, but
Yeah.
it was outside of a studio. It was in London
I
or
think
England,
I think it
England
was
somewhere.
What was that? Pinewood Studios.
Yeah, yeah, and apparently the set is still there, deteriorating.
Interesting, because normally they would just strike it all.
Yeah, But from what I've been hearing, and doing research online, they left it there just like they leave the Tatooine sets, there for the sand to cover or whatever. But yeah, those are my VHS tapes. I've got
There's
much,
some good
much
ones
more.
in there. The Back to the Future ones I'm a little jealous of. I need to find good conditions of those.
This is a Disney Parks vacation planning DVD. Just
Yeah,
throw that in a good measure,
For everyone's collection, the Disney Planning DVD.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back in 2 weeks for part 3.